Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we are taking a look at Donkey Kong for the Game Boy, also known as Donkey Kong 94, with Donkey Kong Bonanza coming out. I was excited to jump back into one of my all-time favorite Donkey Kong games, Donkey Kong 94. This is a game that really surprised me when I first played it. At the time, Donkey Kong was really just some old arcade game that I found incredibly difficult. I wasn't expecting much, especially from a Game Boy game in the era of Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. Let Mario show you some of the reasons why this game was so special. This is the most athletic Mario we had seen up to this point, at least in my opinion. Up until then, he was really just running around, jumping, picking up the occasional vegetable, and he was flying a little bit, with a warp whistle and cape. But you just witnessed the first backflip Mario has ever pulled off. Yes, take a bow, sir. It was really interesting to see what he could do and what types of moves they'd introduce throughout the game. And here, we see a triple jump. Ooh, that's a rough landing, but we all know Mario will recover. Just gotta play it off, Act like nothing happened. Look at that air. Alright, Mario, that's enough showing off. Dust yourself off. We gotta get out of here. Pauline needs our help. When I first played this game, it was on the Super Game Boy, which was a device you could put in your Super Nintendo and then put your Game Boy games inside, which would then, make them look a little nicer, obviously much bigger playing them on your TV, and give them cool borders, which I was a little disappointed to see this one didn't have on the Nintendo Online. On the Super Game Boy, it made it look like the original Donkey Kong arcade game. Now, if you've played the original Donkey Kong before, in the arcade or maybe any of its console versions, you're looking at this thinking, this is just Donkey Kong. What's the big deal? It's been a while, so I wasn't exactly sure how I would do. If I still got the touch, if the muscle memory will come back or not. I do recall that the hammers are the only way to destroy anything in a Donkey Kong game. Got lucky with that shot. Now I just gotta wait to make my move. Couple barrels down. I can chuck the hammer, catch it on the way up. It's a lot of timing in this game, that's for sure. Gotta be precise. This game isn't very forgiving, but it does reward precision. Alright, that's one down. Donkey Kong's on the run, gotta keep going. Alright, this one's a little trickier. We got these little flames bopping around. Picking up the hammer, see if I can take a few out early on, create some space. Alright, that's two down. Hammer around it. Whoa, watch out for that barrel. I guess that doesn't hurt me. That's fortunate. You never know, it'll take you out in one of these games. Kind of want to grab that umbrella, but you know what? Maybe it's not worth it early on. Okay, just gotta wait for that ladder to come back up. Oh, hey, a bowl of food. Oh, jeez. Alright, well, apparently I've played too many games where food is your friend. And you see a food in a video game, you just go for it. Let's give that one another shot. You know what? I'm just gonna get right to it this time. Nothing fancy. Wait for this ladder to build itself. Yep. Done and done. Oh, come on, DK. Well, let's see where he's off to. Racking up points. I think they're based on how quickly you finish a level. Ooh, what do we got here? Moving platforms. Now, the one that Donkey Kong's chucking around up top, I did learn how to get past from a documentary called A Fistful of Quarters, The King of Kong, which I can't recommend enough. If you enjoy documentaries, if you enjoy video games, if you enjoy both, there's a certain spot where you can stand where it will go right over your head. But this is not that spot. Alright, I think I know where I gotta stand this time. Just wait for the little flame guy to do his thing. There we go. Couple of jumps over. Watch how close this thing is. see if I can get it. Yep, that was snug. Alright, where are we going next? Alright, we've made it to the top of the Donkey Kong heap. Can't be much farther now. Now, I wasn't exactly sure how to get past this area. I was just kind of feeling it out at first. Trying to get rid of some of the flames, create some space. And then I made the silly decision to see what would happen if I approached Donkey Kong with the hammer. Yikes. Mario's gonna have the brain of a 95-year-old by the end of this adventure. What's the concussion protocol in the Mushroom Kingdom? He's right back at it. But you know, when Pauline's virtue is at stake, nothing will stop Mario. I eventually realized I had to get rid of all these pieces that are holding the girders together. So I was a bit more focused on this run. Made sure not to get too close to DK. Don't need another thrashing. And there we go. Donkey Kong's been vanquished. True love prevails. Aw, isn't that nice? What the? This isn't how this normally works. And this is where the game takes a turn. This is why the game is special. It's no longer just a Donkey Kong game. It's essentially the beginning of the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series. As you see, he tucks himself inside and a key drops from the sky. It's an entirely new mechanic that had never been seen before. Eventually, you're going to see things like switches to create ladders and bridges and springs. You can also collect Pauline's parasol, hat, and purse to earn a shot at extra lives and minigames after each level. Time for me to head out though, because I got to prepare for the big release of Donkey Kong Bananza, which I plan on streaming live on my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to this mini overview of Donkey Kong 94. Please enjoy the following gameplay. The remainder of the video features the big city section of the game and some of the new mechanics I had mentioned previously. I had a lot of fun revisiting this game, so I'll probably return to it at some point. Keep an eye out for future videos. Thanks again. Have a good one.
you